Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hi, my name is Dr. Madalene Chan, and this week we're in for a great episode 3 of How to Develop a Creative Artist. And I'm doing this on USA Global TV and radio. So here we're going to discuss today about how to creatively create a song, but not actually how to write a song, just the creative process. So we're going to begin with, you've written your song. It's already been you've got the song in your mind. You've got the style of the song that you want. And you need to find a recording studio. Now, you can either, if you want to do it for free and you don't have much finances, you can look on like 529 Club, for example, and there's a lot of professionals and newly graduates that are qualified in that field but need the experience. So you could always hit up on some musicians, some recording producers, or engineers. Another way you can do it, however, if you're looking for a recording studio and you're musicians, you could, let me see. Okay, you've gone through that. You've done through that. Yeah. You could actually advertise on any social media platform and advertise for them as well. So basically what you've done is, this is the way that you reach out and get a recording studio. Of course, there's the natural way, and that is to have a look on Facebook or go on Google and research recording studios. Make sure, however, that recording studios, their motto is time is money. And that goes for a lot of recording studios. So if you're going to go in with your song, you have to be well rehearsed. And I mean really well rehearsed. Otherwise, you're going to end up paying for those hours that you could have been at home rehearsing. Because otherwise, you're going to have take after take after take, revision after revision after revision. And then you will end up coming back into the studio again, which will mean more money, more time. So it's better if you are fully confident with your song, that you can sing your song without referring to the lyrics, because that does make an impact. When you're in the recording studio and you're singing with a lyric sheet, you are not actually bringing in the whole emphasis of your voice, because you're singing la 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 whatever, and then suddenly you're looking. And then, and then what happens is your mind starts overdrive. It starts thinking, oh, I've got to remember that verse. I've got to remember that melody line. I've got to remember that lyric. And you get yourself in almost trapped, like a record in a groove. You get yourself trapped. It's happened many times to me. It really has. And honestly, I've had to pay a lot more money than what I budgeted myself for. For creating the song. So I would say, save yourself money, save yourself time, and really know your song inside and out, especially if you're going to do your vocals. Also, I would also learn how to do your harmonies. because otherwise you will have to pay for a session vocalist that will come in, and they're not cheap. They are not cheap at all. And basically they will record your harmonies and your backing or secondary voice. So it's important when you're a singer, is not just to think about being a front singer, but to be the singer as in you do your harmonies, you back up your lead vocals. It will save you time and it will save you money. Plus, you're learning something new and you get to understand vocal techniques, vocal dynamic within a supportive network of voice. And it's better for you to do that. Okay, so that's what we've covered. Going for the recording studio. And remember that there are a lot of studios, honestly, that, well, not a lot, but I've had in my experience where I've been in the studio and I've paid the money. And if they do extra time, then it's time and a half, basically. They have to charge more. So let's say, oh, a button goes off and there's some complications in recording. That button, of course, the time is ticking. Money is churning. So you have to really be careful between the genuine recording studios and the recording studios that is just all in it for money rather than actually getting the right product, the right sound to your song. So that's my experience about recording studios. Just have a true discernment about it and actually test it by asking your heart, is this right for me? If it's right for you, you won't feel anxiety. But if you feel questions and they're not constructive questions, it's like it's doubt, then you must think again and go back to the drawing board and find the right team to work with you. Because once you've got your song and you need it to be engineered and you need it to be mastered, all songs that are acceptable for any radio play or any platforms such as Apple iTunes, Spotify, all these require a mastered version of your song. And mastered means it equalizes the sound so that your voice is not too prominent or a certain instrument is not coming out in the mix. So it's important to get, first of all, a good mix. Make sure that if you're doing a mix, you take it home. And you know what you should do? Play it on a car radio system. Play it on a cheap system. And if it sounds good, you know it's going to be good on a very good radio CD system. So that's what you've got to do as far as recording studios, as far as getting the best and performance out of your song. The next part of it, however, is, okay, if you want live musicians as well, try approach schools or go to showcases. Now that the COVID period is all over, all that, I mean, it's not over, but as far as the lockdown is, everyone's returning back to as normal as they can, and musicians and artists are all returning back to work. Therefore, I would suggest go to showcases in your area and go to jamming sessions, which basically means musicians all get together and they do cover songs and they just jam it. They just do on the spot improvisation. And they just, because they know the song, they all just jam with it. And even the singers go on there and they all jam. It's such a great network. It's a fantastic place to meet people, creative people, especially in the industry that you wish to pursue, evolve, and grow. All right. So let's say we've got all this. Now, since we've got it mastered, we need to go now, take it to, we need to now look at ourselves as an artist. So during that process, as you've been recording, you can then start to look at finding ways and means of creating your brand. One of our artists from Songs for You, in-house production of producers, engineers, songwriters, and creative graphics, we started to work with Claudio, and I asked him, Claudio, I'm just known as Claudio, but his artist name is Claudio, and I asked him, Claudio, if you were to go out, when you are about to go out as an artist, what name are you going to have? And he said, I'm going to have Claudio. And I went, just Google Claudio. So he Googled, of course, there's loads and loads. I said, as much and special as the birth name that you've been given, as far as a branding, a star name, it doesn't hold any magic to it. It doesn't hold any specialness to it as far as the stage. And then he said, well, what do I do? And I said, well, do some research. And then he was researching, and he came up with other names. And then suddenly his heart during his journey said, why not work with your children's names, with your name? Wow, what a spark of heart genius is that? So Claudio took the beginning of his name, Clau, C-L-A-U. His son is called Declan, so he used D-E. And his daughter, Alessia. So he took some words from her name too. Now, he couldn't be Claudesia because that wasn't going to work. So he decided Claudesio. So that's another way of finding your own brand, your artist name. So really think about it. You are now a brand. You are a representative of your brand, because whatever you represent, whether you're a father, mother, boyfriend, girlfriend, grandfather, or grandmother or mother, that is what you represent. But on stage, it is separate from that. You have to separate that. The reason why is everyday emotions that you have in an everyday occurrence in every part of your life, you will then apply that energy and that sub energy into being an artist. But you know what? There's that saying, the show must go on no matter what. And that's exactly a truth. And the only way the show will go on is if you have a star name, and it brings a whole new energy to it. So you need a logo. You need just a star artist name, and then you need a logo of it. So to go on your CD singles, for example. So then you've got to start looking at research and look at some logos. Whether you do a 2D logo or a 3D logo. After that, you will need the design. Oh, you'll have a photo shoot actually, because as well as you building your artist name, your brand, you will need new photographs of you in this new energy of your brand, of your star energy brand. And it all costs money. It really does. So you will need a photographer. Again, you can apply and go to the colleges. Someone might be in their last year in photography, may want the experience. So remember, you are also an amateur in someone taking photos of you. Therefore, you need the experience as well. So that's how you communicate and sell the story. That's what you've got to do. Sorry, my dog is barking again, Teddy. I apologize. This is because this is real time and it's real. Anyway, as I was saying, you need to, with the photos, you need the experience as well. Therefore, that will cost money. If you have a photographer and you're paying him or her, and they're taking 100, 200 photos, one after the other, and the fact that you don't have the experience of understanding yourself and your movements and the way of the camera, and you don't feel relaxed, you need at least 2 or 3 sessions. So the best way is to gain experience from someone who is just being qualified. Gain the experience because you're both in that same energy. Once you have that experience, maybe then you can pay them, or you go to another photographer and you pay them. But at least you won't be wasting time. This is another way to cut back on your money. So you got your photos. You need your CD single. So once you've got your photos, then you've got to decide which photo you're going to choose to have as your representative, represent your single, your song. So therefore, you're going to need a graphics illustrator. You can go on Fiverr.com. They're good. But the thing is, with Fiverr.com, even though they're fantastic and wonderful, the thing is you're going to be doing a lot of explaining. So if you're happy with that, that's absolutely fine. Again, you can approach colleges in their last year. You could pay for someone, but you have to realize you have to really be focused and understand what you visualize for yourself, how you vision your vision. Because if you don't understand your vision, the person who's designing your CD cover will not. And therefore, you will get charged upon revision, upon revision, upon revision. And before you know it, you've got a bill that's quite high. When you can avoid all that, make sure you do your preparation. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a big fat bill. And you can use that money for promotion, because promotion it takes a lot of expense for promotion. I mean, luckily these days we've got like iTunes, Spotify, all these wonderful platforms we can sell our music. But in order to sell the music, even though your music is on that platform, the platform itself won't actually promote you personally. You have to promote yourself with the link connected to that platform. So everything is about having awareness, keeping people up to date with who you are, what you're about. People these days want to know not just about your music, but they want to know that you're natural. They want to know your realness as well. So I would say you've just got to be yourself. You've got to be yourself. Absolutely. The next part for marketing, of course, you can go where you do the nightclubs, and you can have, I would say, if you have a single, and this is upon experience, make sure you have 3 or 4 dance remixes of it, no matter what style it is. Why? Because when your song is spun, the DJ spins your record in the clubs, that builds a whole new following too. So that could be underground while you're working the overground, which is your your single that's not been remixed. It means that it means that you are looking at both markets. So I would say it's best to do that, because you can have on Spotify or iTunes, you can put your remixes on there as well. And chances are sometimes songs become successful because of the remix rather than the actual original song. The next thing I would say is you need to learn after, when you begin this journey, you need to learn how to sell yourself. You need to learn how to talk to your audience. You need to be able to create YouTube content, your own videos, so that you are now have a personal connection to your fans or to your listening, people that listen. I don't like the word fans, to be honest. I find the word fans is very 3D. It's very, I believe it's about new listeners that are in tune with your music, your song and melody, but not in a fan way, because fans have been associated with almost psychopathic behavior in some ways. There is the positive of a fan, and then there's the destructive, the negative of a fan, which are stalkers. And you don't want stalkers. You know, you don't want that. You want so that you've got people that respect and love your music, but don't idolize you. It's important. We are way out of that. People, beloved hearts, we are away from idolism, from big legends. It's gone. We will ourselves, within us, aspire to become a legend within ourselves. And everyone's legend, everyone's star energy will just, how can I say, will just connect to the creative heart consciousness. And that's what we're in. And that's why I decided, I spent a lot of money. Honestly, I spent a lot of money and other people's money, to be honest, as well, on trying to create my career. And I really wish that I had the knowledge and wisdom at that time, but everything is about a learning lesson, right? So through my experience and through my successes and downfalls, I have now, after being like 25 years in the business, I decided that the time is now for anyone who wishes to have their own song out there, who wishes to sing, who wishes to have their song on a social media platform, but feel that when they've watched big artists and stars on like MTV, on in the Billboard charts, in the top 40, and they think, oh, I'm just here to escape, because you know what? I watch them and I escape into their world, because I'm never going to become that, because A, I don't have the money, B, I work in my office or in my factory, and I've got my family, and it's not possible, because we don't have the funds, and I don't have the confidence, and gone. These days have gone. We are now in these times of anyone can have their dream out there. They just need the tools. They need the knowledge, and they need, number one, they need to realize within themselves if it is if it resonates with them. And if it does, everything else will magnetize to them. So what I've done with my team, I've created with my team and from my heart, I've created Songs for You. Songs for You is a team of professionals that have been in their business and established themselves, not necessarily celebrity, because, hey, come on, it's not just celebrities that have a place in this high status world. People are celebrities when they are successful and have a belief in themselves. That is a celebrity. So therefore, you just need to, how can I say, believe in yourself. So going back to Songs for You, because I'm going way off track. Okay, back here. I'm back again. Okay, right, Songs for You. We have a platform here, an in-house production, where we will work with you with your song. If you have your own words, we will work with our songwriters to collaborate with you. If you don't have words and you just want to put down events in your life, we will then put it out to our wonderful lyricist, and he's super talented and gifted, and that is Audi K. Barrier. He will take your words and put it into a song format, not with a melody, however, just a song format, like poetry. I will then take that and put it into, I will discuss with you what style of music you're into, and then I will work with making a vocal melody out of it. I am not a musician, but my voice is my musician part of me. From then on, we will go into the studio, Music Bunker Studios, which is part of Songs for You. And we will work directly with Martin Jimson, producer, engineer. And we will take your song and bring it into a music context, putting the chords. So creating the music to back up the vocal melody and the lyrics. We will marry them together. After that, I will then ask you, do you want to sing this song? Now, if you've always dreamed to do that, I can help you. Through Colours of the Voice, I can help you because I'm a teacher, a Soul Voice Awakener and a singing teacher. And within, I would say about 15 lessons, you would be ready if you were a beginner. If you're not a beginner, a refresher, maybe you need a couple of lessons. So if you want to do that, we can offer that as well. From then, if you don't want to sing it, then we do have our session singers on board as well, and they will sing the song for you. Then your song will be engineered, and mixed. And then we'll send it to you saying, is this the right way you envisioned? We will always make sure that you are involved in every part of the process. From then on, after the song is there, I will then start beginning to talk to you about how you see yourself, what name. So as I was talking earlier on about the artist name and your logo, so then I will put you in contact with our creative graphics director, Martin Zogbe in Ghana. So he would work directly with myself and you to create a wonderful website, a wonderful logo, and brand you, totally create a new brand for you that will suit your star energy. From then on, if you want to, of course, when you're an artist and you have a song out there, you have to keep up with your social media. You have to do your marketing. So we have that available as well. So we can discuss that with you. Photos, we've got a photographer as well, Beata. She's a wonderful artist photography, and she will create work with you on your photography. Now, of course, if you're not local, that's quite an interesting, actually. How would you? We would find a way. There's always a solution. Even if you're not local, there's still a way. Actually, you know what? That is strange. I don't think it's ever been done. A photo shoot online. Because photo shoots, if you think about it, they're always done in person. Woo! Okay, that's me going, woo! That's interesting, actually. That might be an area we'll look into. Anyway, anything is possible. So from there, the marketing, your website, then we discussed the website. And then here is the icing, the cream on the cake. We will then connect you to the CEO, the office, the founder, the brainchild of USA Global TV and Radio, the wonderful, inspirational, amazing Dr. Jacqueline. She will then work with you and mentor you so that you can have confidence to talk about your song, to talk about your life, to home in and bring in your audience into your world, into your metaverse. And that's what we can do, because Songs for You have teamed up with USA Global TV Radio on this particular topic. So this is it now for how to creatively develop an artist. That's all I can say. Just make sure, first and foremost, if you're going to take this journey, really be honest with yourself, really have a think about it. And if it keeps coming back, this feeling, like this stirring of, I want to do it, I want to be this, I want to be this, and go for it. Go for it. Just do it. I would say, come and contact us. I'll be happy to talk to you and find and help you to bring your creative heart out. Because you know what? Let me tell you something. If more people were more in tune with their creative heart, with their creative passion, whatever that is, they would be happy. They would not be looking at other people, judging people, condemning people. People do that because they're not doing what they're supposed to do in their heart. Therefore, they live in this world of blame, condemnation, and gossip and criticism. The time is not for these lower vibrational energies anymore, beloved hearts. The time now is for the rising of the creative heart, which is connected to the universal collective heart consciousness. We have to make a difference. We have to make a difference. We have to go in full completion and rise up with the creative hearts. You can find me on Madalene Chan at gmail.com. You can find me on songsforyou.co.uk. That's songs, SONGS, 4, you.co.uk. I want to hear from you all. I really believe with all my heart that the new heart for humanity is our higher heart consciousness, which is the creative soul heart. Thank you very much for your time. And thank you to Dr. Jacqueline for allowing me to share how to creatively develop an artist on USA Global TV and Radio. And I will see you next week on another topic. Thank you. Much love, everyone. Much love.